Hi guys, you are welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. I would encourage you to watch the last episode so that you get the flow and connection for what we're about to do this week. But before we dive into what we are doing, have you ever been in this situation? See, I have been in it countless times, and so I really get what that is actually my motivation to do what I'm doing. But then let me also paint this picture to you. Have you ever wondered what happened? One moment you are in a child's world, like you are the center of everything they do. They want to see you, auntie this, auntie that. When you come home, they're in a hurry, they want to hug you. When you're not around, they want to talk to you. And then suddenly you don't matter again. It's like you don't care whether you are there or not. They would rather have conversations with you than make big deals. They will not run to come and hug you. I'm wondering, what is going on? Is this child forgetting about me? They care more about their friends or maybe their other cousins, or they don't really mind whether you are there or not. And you're wondering what is going on. Well, that is the stage we have reached. That is what we have been talking about today. Social emotional changes that happens in children. Okay, and so what is social emotional development? So basically, it's about feelings and relationships. So how the child understands emotions that they are going through, how they understand what others are going through, and how they relate or connect with people. And so as children grow, one of the things that we'll notice is that their emotions start to grow with them, but then the emotional control aspect grows later. So you realize that this child who will previously not talk, suddenly starts to talk and suddenly starts to act all big. You notice this child now wants to behave the way their mommy does, so will now put on like some lipstick and start working certain ways. A child that previously you'd say, hey, stop that, now says, mommy, why did you scream at me? And then they make a big deal out of it and you're like, you're being too emotional. No, it is a part of the growth stage. They are growing, and so now they start to read cues, they start to read things that happen. And so a child that previously would always put their hands up and be answering questions in class suddenly doesn't want to do that, because now they are paying attention. Will my friends laugh at me if I make a mistake? What happens if I don't say the right thing? They start to pay attention to all those little things. And so you find your child coming home and is sad, and you ask them, what is wrong? And the child will tell you, when I answered question today, my teacher didn't let them clap for me, but they clapped for Amma. So did I do something wrong? At that point, they have not learned how to control their emotions. And so they notice the cues, they notice all the little things that is happening around them, but then they have not learned how to manage it. Unlike an adult who probably something happens at work and then you can tell yourself, you know what, it's one of those things, and you move on. This child will take it in a different way. And so when you start noticing these things in your child starts to pay attention to the little social cues. They are paying attention to what their friends do or what their friends would say. They want to now start moving with their friends. Previously, this child would want to go out with you, but now would say, oh no, daddy, I want to stay home. I want to probably call my friend. Or you are going for a party with them and they're like, daddy, are you coming along? Or mommy, are you coming along? Or mommy, why won't you stay in the car? Don't take offense to it. It's part of the growth process. Now, your duty when it comes to this stage is to guide them instead of criticizing them. Be their guide. Be that person they can run to. Because at this stage, they also need reassurance. Even though they want independence, they want to be certain that what they are doing is right. And so, okay, the child comes home and is crying, they didn't clap for me. And instead of being dramatic, and why did you teacher not clap? See the child that, okay, it is not all the time that this will happen. Or the child says, or you get a complaint that your child is no longer answering questions in class, like they are always secluded. You can now start talking to the child. Okay, I know you are worried about making mistakes, but it's part of life. So you see, this is the point where you start to nurture them instead of criticizing them. Oh dear, you don't like to answer questions. Why are you being this? Why? That is also going to push them away, because now they are picking every social cue, and so they don't want to make mistakes. They don't want to be labeled in a particular way by their friends. They are paying attention to all of that, but they have not learned how to manage it yet. And so it is your role, your duty as a parent to teach them how to manage it. So when you start to realize that your child is changing from what you knew the child to be to another thing, and you are wondering what is happening, it is growth. It is part of life. You don't always see it. Like the way your hair is growing, you see it grow. No, this one happens silently underneath. It is happening very fast and quick. And so it is your duty as a parent, as a guardian, as a teacher, as an uncle, as an auntie to guide that child. Now remember, when it gets to this stage, they care about what their peers would say. They start to compare themselves. They want independence even though they need reassurance. They start to pay attention to social cues. And so, as parents, as caregivers, as guardians, let's not criticize them, let's guide them. If you realize your child wants to dress like their friends, you realize they want to talk like their friends, or currently, because of social media, you notice your child is watching this particular person and wants to be like them. They want to cartoons, all this TikTok, IG, all those things that the children are exposed to. You notice that they want to do those things. They want to imitate all the people that they see. Or they have that one particular friend they keep talking about. And this person did this, this person said this, and she brought this back, I want this back. If you start to notice that, don't turn them down or just shout at them. Because they notice your shouts, your cues and all of that. Instead, let's be their friend so that they can always run to you when something is wrong. And so for our next episode, we will talk about the various stages and what actually happens there, because we have 0 to 3, we have 3 to 7. There are different stages and what you should expect when it comes to psychological changes, when it comes to social-emotional changes. And so we are going to talk about them. But mind you, every child is different, every child is unique. And so one child at 7 years may be doing something that a child at 10 years is expected to do. That is okay. We are all different. Mind you, the fingers are not the same. But I am just here to help you notice it, help you understand it, and help you treat these children better. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. I hope you have learned something new. If you have, please do want to share this video with someone else whom this video will also be of help to. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like, and if you have not subscribed, please do so. Mwah! Lots of love from me to you all. Bye.